Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at the Micro Draco. This one is a Romanian made Micro Draco. It has some stuff on it that I have put on there, and I think personally this is the proper way to set up a Micro Draco. I've seen a lot of them, a lot of videos on YouTube. People are trying to shoot these and they're just all over the place because they have no brace, no sling, no nothing. If you want to actually hit stuff with this, the gun is pretty accurate. Like, it's not a 300-yard gun. This is a up close and personal pistol, basically. Thanks to the ATF and infringing on our rights and saying that we can't have a stock, I now have this brace on here. I got the Gearhead Works brace. It's got an A3 tactical folder on it, and I got a Picatinny mount from a US machine gun. I put the 4-piece muzzle brake on there from CNC Warrior. This thing is pretty damn good at keeping the muzzle blast forward. The fireballs coming out of this are phenomenal. My camera did not pick up any of those fireballs. I really wish it would have, but it did not. I've also got the Magpul grip on it. It's the rubberized grip, so you can hang on to it a little bit better. It has a Texas Shooter Supply quad rail on it. It went on pretty easy. You do have to drill a hole in the top of the gas block, but I think it's an 832 screw that you got to put in there. You got to drill and tap. But once you do that, this thing it locks up nice and solid. You also have to drill a hole in the back of the receiver to fit this Picatinny adapter on there. And yeah, basically it's just, you see the back of it there. This gun is not chambered. It is not loaded. I have a 20-round mag in it just for aesthetics, because personally I don't like the way an AK looks without a mag in it. It just looks kind of crappy. And to top it off, I got the Romeo 5 on it. It is not a battle-proven optic. It is not something I would take into a serious situation. It's a fun range toy. It's a, I wouldn't take the Micro Draco into something serious. If shit hit the fan, this would be the last thing I grab probably. But it does fit very well in a backpack once folded up. Now I can already see the comments. There's going to be a lot of people saying that this has got too much stuff on it, that the Micro Draco is supposed to have the original wooden handguard. And I'm telling you right now, that handguard is a piece of shit. They all crack, they all get hot, they all start smoking. This gets hot also, but it doesn't warp, it doesn't crack, and it doesn't separate. And then here's more comments that are coming. People are going to say this is ineffective because you really don't have very much barrel. When you actually look at it, you got your chamber ends there, and rifling goes to about here. So you have about 3.5, maybe 4 inches of effective rifling in this gun. That does hurt velocity quite a bit. It takes your muzzle energy and almost cuts it in half. I compared this with a Galil Ace Gen 2 with a 16.25 inch barrel, I believe it is, and there was a huge drop in velocity. We'll take a look at the shooting portion of this, and I will then tell you the muzzle energy between the Micro Draco and the Galil Ace Gen 2. Well, it's definitely throwing some fireballs, that's for sure. Damn. Alright, that was 1,708 feet per second. 1,720 feet per second. 1662. 1718. And I pulled the mag out. Let's go ahead and fire the 5th round. That was 1686. Alright, let's change the that was 2,246 feet per second. 2310. 2276. 2268. And 2282. When I say it was cut in half, it's really cut in half, because out of the Galil Ace Gen 2, the average was 1,415 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. And that was an average of 2,276 feet per second. Out of the Micro Draco, we got an average of 1,706 feet per second, which yielded 795 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. Even though that energy was cut in half. That is still Magnum handgun velocity. That is still way more than I want to stand in front of. You know, your weaker 44 mags, your stout 357s, your strong 10 millimeters, they're all around 800 foot-pounds of muzzle energy if you load them properly, or if you get the right round. So everybody's saying that this doesn't have enough muzzle velocity. It's got plenty of muzzle velocity to do some damage. It's basically throwing, you know, Magnum handgun loads as fast as you can pull the trigger. Now, do I find that effective for home defense? There's no way in hell I would want to shoot this thing in the house. It is so loud. Like, this thing is stupid loud. It's probably the most ridiculous sounding gun I got besides my snub-nosed 500 Smith. This thing is ridiculous. The concussion coming out of this is huge. Had an A2 flash hider on it. That was just, I thought was too much. It didn't keep the front end down. But it is still loud. It's extremely loud. You do not want to use one of these for home defense because you will have permanent hearing damage. I can almost guarantee you that. Now, I did shoot this enough, like I said, to get the handguard hot, and it was warm. It was actually hot to the touch. I didn't really want to hold it much longer. One of the biggest downfalls of this rail is when I got it, these edges up here were extremely sharp. Like, they would cut paper, they would cut skin. So I took a file to them and put some birchwood Casey, I think it's whatever it is, the black marker, and it blended it in pretty good. But yeah, you did not want to grab a hold of it like this because it would definitely cut your fingers on the recoil, which it did. It got my thumb right there because I was holding it and just happened to run my thumb across it, and it did cut my thumb. So that's why I went ahead and doctored up the end of the rail so nobody else got cut on it. But with a 20 round mag in this, because like in the state, I live in Ohio. In the state of Ohio, you can't have a loaded rifle in your car. You can have a loaded pistol in your car. So if you keep this loaded with a 20 round mag, which is about even with the grip on it, throw this in a backpack, you got something that's ready to go. You just pull it out, pull your stock out, brace, pull the brace out, ATF, and you're ready to go. I mean, this thing, it handles nicely, it shoots nicely. With that brake on there, it doesn't want to come up like it does with the A2 flash hider. It's pretty much a straight back push. And don't take this video as me advocating for the Draco, saying it's the greatest gun out there. I'm not saying this is the greatest gun out there. This is an extremely fun range toy, and I love shooting it. I can't wait for more of my friends to shoot this because it's just so fun to shoot. But if you're going to have a Draco and you're going to use it for anything serious, try to set it up, man. Put a brace on it at least. Put a decent flash hider on it. You know, try to get you an optic on there, whether you put the optic here or put the optic here, because the sights that come with this are subpar. They're black on black. They're hard to see. I had a flashlight on this, but there's really no good way for me to hold this with a flashlight on it. So, like I say, this is a range toy. It's not a serious gun. But I usually carry a flashlight in my pocket, so I'm really not too concerned with having a light on the rail itself, because if there's something really where I need this and a light, I'm not grabbing this. Another cool thing about that brace that I have on here, you can fold it out. I got it set up for left hand because I'm a left-handed shooter, but that hooks in your arm really nice, and you can hold it out and be ATF compliant, just like that. But if you got one of these, or you're thinking about getting one of these, and you have any questions about it, drop them in the comments. If I can answer it, I'll go ahead and answer it for you. And I appreciate you guys watching this video, and as always, thanks for watching. Stay safe, and let's take back our Second Amendment. It is your civic duty. If you're going to carry a gun, you need to make it accurate.